Hey everybody, welcome to another amazing episode here with Money Mike and Dr. Joe with the Whiskey Wisemen.
Hoorah!
We have a great lineup here tonight with the Penelope or Penelope, depends on what mood you're in and who you're talking to.
Actually, you only hear Penelope if we talk to you.
Well, Penelope it is.
Penelope it is.
Penelope it is. Yeah, we got a good lineup here tonight. We've got, I think we've got the weeded. We have the toasted Marshmallow Toast. We have the Estate Collection. I think it's a 10-year single barrel.
Yep.
We have the Havana. And then we have one of the new ones that Penelope's offering, the Project X, which is kind of like a barrel select type of program, I think. And this one is in a sherry finish, I believe.
I believe so.
Yes, it is. This one's selected by the Rare Stave, which I think maybe is a store.
I think it's either a store or a group or something over there.
Yeah.
Like some kind of whiskey or bourbon group.
Yeah. So pretty excited about this tonight. I mean, we've got, we're as you can tell by looking at the bottles, we are a fan of Penelope as a whole. And we've only had maybe one or two that just were mediocre. The rest have been, average to definitely above average offerings.
Yeah, we went to that tasting recently, the Penelope tasting.
We did.
Learned a little bit more about Penelope. One, that it was named after the family's daughter. And then they mentioned also that they had another one that was going to be coming behind it that was named after their son or something like that.
It may have been. It was definitely a great story. We had an awesome event out in New Smyrna. Was part of the Volusia Bourbon Society's.
Shout out.
Shout out to those guys. They know how to do it well. And it was a good event. Good food, good times, good people.
That's where we got these fancy glasses too.
Yeah, and good bourbon, which that's a wild combo.
And they have a few hard to find bottles, at least around here right now, going on. The Havana, the Rio. They had at the event. It was the Havana they had, right?
Oh, they had the Rio.
Yeah. Oh, they had the Rio. That's right.
Yeah, they had the Rio there, which was an interesting pour. Overall, I thought it was. We've had it before, but after you sample a couple and you have another one, it's kind of like, they all blend in. But that one definitely has a distinctive flavor that's unique.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I think it looks like Mike has poured us here the Weeder on the Penelope to start.
This one we found kind of right when it came out. I remember we were at a store and they had just put them on the shelf, and it was like a $45,
something like that. Yeah.
So we didn't really know what to expect, but I think it's pretty good.
And John did not make us overpay for this one.
No, this one was a great value. And then when I tasted
deal on this one, we got a great deal on this one.
But then when I tasted it, I thought that's actually surprisingly pretty good. I don't know what you guys think.
It's very, very good. I mean, there's nothing really bad I can say about it. Overall, it's smooth and got a great mouthfeel for a weeder, and it's just easy to drink. It's not what it's set in 95 proof.
95 proof, and it's part of their 4-grain series.
Yeah, very tasty.
Yeah, very light, tasty.
Especially for the price point. I mean, when you're talking $40. I mean, sometimes, all of us have been there. $40 doesn't always equal, $40.
Mm-hmm.
So this one it was surprising, great offering and overall one of the better Penelopes I've had, I think.
For sure.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. Are any of us wheat guys?
No.
We're not big wheat guys.
There's a couple of good weeders that I like. Like some of the Wellers. Those are weeders, right?
Special Reserve.
Yeah.
Big fan. John, you brought me my first Weller I ever had.
I know.
The Antique
yeah.
107,
Joe had us over for an awesome poker night one night, and I had this Antique 107 Weller just laying around in my curio cabinet. I'm like, man, I got to get rid of this thing. I'm never going to drink it. And so I took it over there, and nobody had it before. And it was like, oh, man, this is really good. I'm like, well, drink it up, fellas. Drink it up.
Well, we thought you were the man, too, because so in Florida, they have a special deal on Weller's where only one chain liquor store can get them, the ABC liquor store here. And so, it's actually really hard to come by them unless you're part of the Vault, which is their exclusive program.
Which, we're not sponsored by ABC. It's garbage.
Yes.
It's terrible.
The Vault is the worst program in the world. I mean, if you're scoring good bottles, you probably think the Vault is,
the best thing in the world.
Best thing in the world. But if you're, like most of us, by the time
that
you
work and have
have actual lives and things like that, you click on it and you're like, ooh, that bottle looks good. Out of stock.
Yeah, sold out.
Oh, out of stock.
And we're talking within seconds of getting the email.
Yeah.
I'm not talking the next day or whatever. Like, within seconds, all the good stuff is gone. So, yeah, it's not good.
Not good at all. I mean,
it's like a ticket to the Super Bowl, but you don't get to go.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, at least if you go to the Super Bowl, you get a chance of seeing some type of halftime show. That's a real experience there. You never know what you're going to get. I think, what was it? This last one, what was it? They not us or something like that. That was called.
John, have you ever listened to a radio?
I don't listen to much radio.
He's never heard Despacito.
Yeah.
He's never heard.
Not a huge fan of Kendrick Lamar.
No, it's called like that.
It's called They Not Like Us.
That's what I said. Not like us.
Yeah. Are you a Drake fan?
No.
Do you know anything about Kendrick Lamar or Drake?
Neither. I don't. I didn't even know that was a song until my son came home. You need to play this. I was like, this is the worst song I've ever heard in my life.
And then after the Super Bowl, you were doing the dance, weren't you, in your driveway?
No. I was dancing, but I don't know if it was to that song, but it was definitely some moves going on.
Dang. Man, I don't know if I'm just drinking really fast today or you guys are really slow today.
We're just trying to have a good time, Mike. We're just joking around.
I'm trying to have a good time, too. That's why I'm drinking faster. I even rinsed my glass and everything.
I know. You really cleansed your palate there.
I know.
Got to, man.
I mean, it's a great starter. I mean, I think starting with that one to kind of set the stage is awesome. Because by the time we get into the Marshmallow Toast, which is one of my favorite Penelope offerings, I think it's a good starter. And, kind of kick us over there. Joe, are you ready for that Marshmallow Toast?
I'm ready.
If you guys, anybody sees this out in the market, if you have an opportunity to pick it up, I would recommend it. I mean, it's a excellent pour. We had the regular toasted. We had a couple bottles. We tried them. They're good. We've had a couple barrel picks as well from our, kind of our main store there in Kenny's in New Smyrna has had one or two picks there with the toasted series. This one particularly is just so tasty, and they call it the Marshmallow Toast. It does have kind of the hints of campfire and good times, and I think that's why I like it. Is it just, I don't know, when you take a sip of it, it makes you kind of go down memory lane. Some good, some bad, but depending on the night.
That's right.
But it is a great bottle for the price point. When you're talking, what was that? $50, $60? Is that how much it was? 70 maybe?
Yeah, ish. 69,
Yeah.
79, something like that.
Yeah. What was that thing on Saturday night? I was like, oh, it's between 1968 and 1970.
I was actually chatting with a coworker today about SNL. We were reflecting on favorite sketches from SNL. Because this year they did their 50th anniversary. Mm-hmm. You guys even watch? You watch SNL?
I watched.
You got a favorite sketch?
I'm not like a watch it all the time.
I'm not either. We were like,
but I'm familiar with
back in the day. But there's some good sketches though, some classics.
There's some really good sketches. I mean, I tell you, there's just a couple every time I see them. No matter how old it is or how old I am, it just seems like it's just one of those things you see them and you just giggle. You know what I mean? It's like,
or pee your pants on some of those.
I mean, my favorite ones are the ones where they make the cask crack because it's hard to make a comedian laugh at a joke.
Mm-hmm.
And
did you guys see the one where he's like the prospector one with Will Ferrell and he's like biscuits and gravy? And he's got those pans and he's hitting it and it's man. He's like cinnamon biscuits.
Some of my favorites are the alien ones.
Those alien ones are classic, especially the early ones.
What's that lady's name? The lady
Kate McKinnon.
Kate McKinnon.
Yeah.
Her and Kristen Wiig, I think, had some of the best ones. Like Kristen Wiig, she has some classics like Target Lady. If you guys have ever seen that one, that one's pretty funny. And then she would do like the I'm so excited, where they would have to, they'd be throwing like a surprise party or something, and nobody wanted to say anything to anybody, but she'd be so excited that she just couldn't contain herself. And the way she plays it is hilarious. But yeah. Although I thought the Alien Sketches was Ryan Gosling's best on the show until they did that Beavis and Butthead episode.
Oh, hey, listen, the Beavis and Butthead was like,
that was like the best sketch in 25 years.
Yeah, I mean, it brought back so many memories. It's like, he's like, I'm just here for the AI.
Yeah, well, that was the best part was that they were just playing it off like, we don't know what you're talking about. We don't look like those guys.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch the one about cork soakers?
No.
Oh my goodness, Lord of Lee. You have got to
see. There's a lot of content back that goes back.
So when we get out of here, we wrap this up tonight. Go on there on YouTube or even probably on one of these other social media, and you can put in cork soakers. And I think it's Janet Jackson was either the host or the musical guest. It is hilarious, hilarious. Like I can't even do it justice. It's so funny.
This is delicious.
Give that one a go. Give that one a go.
Dude, this is so good.
I feel like it gets better after it's been open.
I've heard from some people that they don't like the marshmallow toast.
Really?
And I really don't understand why.
Yeah, I think it's pretty delicious.
Because it's sweet, but not. I don't think it's too sweet. I think it's good. And to be honest with you, it's 114 proof.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it drinks like that at all.
No.
Nah.
Char 3 toast heavy for the ones who are interested. 114 proof. Yeah, it's really good.
It is good.
This actually just got to Florida not long ago.
Yeah, no, I mean, I remember seeing it on some of the secondary groups forever. I was like, man, where did I get that marshmallow toast at? You know what I mean? Like, I give me a little piece of that.
Yeah.
Finally, after about a year, it finally hit Florida's market down here where we could finally pick up a bottle, which is, I think we picked up a case, actually.
I was excited when I got my bottle. That was the case you bought, right?
That was one of them.
Yeah.
I have a problem.
Yeah.
You're just helping your friends out, It's a good problem to have.
That's what I tell my wife. That's what I tell my wife. I'm just trying to help the guys out, babe.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. You look at, we go to these events and everybody talks about, the bourbon thing has kind of gotten bigger and bigger, but the thing that stays the same is that it's always about, every bottle is pretty good, especially if you have good or great company to enjoy it and to kind of have a couple laughs and reminisce and just kind of kick back. I think that's, people kind of forget that aspect of it, and they get hung up in the taste and the flavor. But for me, it's always been this right here, the experience and the kind of the ribbon back and forth between buddies and things like that. It's just, bourbon kind of brings us together, sometimes good and bad. Depends on the night.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think, Mike, I don't know about you, but I think for me and Mike, we've never really have even enjoyed a drink without having a friend present. And sometimes we even invite John, depending on how we feel.
That's right. Occasionally I'll get the invite. I hear about all the fun times.
Well, and it's funny. I made a rule for myself a while back when I started getting into bourbon and whiskey, because I believe in what you were just saying so much, John, that I never drink alone. And I know some people may think that's weird or whatever, but also that's my phone, not my butt. Making the fart noises.
Are you sure?
Sorry.
I can. What is that?
Let me turn this off before it keeps going off. But yeah, so I made a rule for myself to I never drink alone, and I've actually kind of always been like that, because for me, I don't know if it's the college days or after, but I always associated drinking with having fun with friends, with buddies, with family, friend, whatever. So when I'm alone, like the last thing I want to do is drink. I just want to get people around me so that I can drink.
I mean, I think that's the story of it, really. You know, that's why they call it a good social lubricant, right? It helps, facilitate conversation, and you get to enjoy something good with your I mean, I can't imagine opening a good bottle by yourself and being like, that's so good, and not having someone to enjoy it with.
Is that where the term beer goggles came in from?
My thing is like, what Joe's talking about is like opening up a good bottle, because there was a point in time when I first got into bourbon that was exactly the case. Is like I remember when E.H. Taylor Sour Mash came out. I picked up a couple bottles of it like when it was first released. I picked up a couple other things when it came out, and it's like I opened it and it was good. But it's like when you open a bottle like that, you pour a drink and you try it and you're like, oh, this is good, and then you're kind of just looking around like,
I don't get to enjoy it with anybody.
yeah, it's like, I mean, I think this is good, but this would be great to talk to somebody about, or to kind of cut loose with. But that's what hurt me, and since I've kind of come to Florida, and Mike and Joe let me hang out occasionally, we've been able to try a few different things. I mean, as you can see from the bottles behind us here, I mean, we've got a few things we've tried over the last couple of years. So,
we often joke that there's 3 pours missing from each of our bottles.
That is the joke. Because, you'll go into each of our houses and look at our selection, and there's exactly 3 pours out of each bottle. That's
because we also tend to leave the bottles at each other's houses.
Yeah.
No. Correction. These 2.
We just usually come to your house. You have the most bottles.
Which, I mean, okay, but you gotta start taking your bottles home, man. Like my shelves can only hold so much.
I took a Bardstown Discovery Series one. Yeah.
You probably got...
not mostly because you got it for me for my birthday.
You probably have like 20 bottles at my house, and you probably got 50 bottles at my house.
But speaking of having awesome houses, it's a good transition into the estate collection. Don't you think?
Oh, there you go. Man,
dang.
Whoa.
Johnny D with the segue. Let's go.
Hey, I think that toasted marshmallow is starting to talk to me. You know what I mean? It's like,
that toasty, I got to finish mine. Hang on.
Yeah, so this was a bottle that Joe got for me for Christmas. And I will be absolutely honest, because that's typically what I do. I was like, we poured it, we had it, and I was like, oh, thanks, Joe. I really appreciate that bottle. And because the first pour was just...
And then I broke down in tears, so now he tells everybody he likes it.
It was a little bit harsh at first. Now, once we opened it up, we gave it a little air, a little oxygen, kind of give it a chance to find its legs. It's a great pour.
I tell my wife all the time.
For these guys, it's real tough to find a bottle that they like, because Mike has everything and John likes nothing. And so when you go into a liquor store, this had just come out. I don't even think you knew it existed. It had just hit the shelf. They got 3 at the store, and they had just hit the shelf. I mean, I know you knew the estate collection, but this particular bottle, hadn't come out yet.
So this is 105 proof, in case you guys didn't know.
Yeah.
10-year.
I mean, I cherish the thought and the gift and the great times, Joe. I appreciate it.
I mean, we did enjoy s'mores over the fire.
We did.
And you were probably drinking the estate collection thinking, I wish this was a toasted marshmallow, not the s'mores.
I'm so bummed because it's now starting to get hot in Florida, and it's like...
You can still light that up.
I mean, I still can, but it's like, man, I'll be sweating like crazy.
But yours is also like a sauna, like at least mine's gas. I can control the heat output. But
no, I like to feel the burn. Is it good,
dude?
It smells good.
This smells so good.
Ooh. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes, that's one of the things I'd recommend for everybody out there is like once you get a bottle, take a couple pours, and then give it some time. Kind of come back to it in a couple weeks or a month or something like that. Give it a chance to open up and kind of find out, who that bottle really is. And once you go back to it, a lot of times you're going to be surprised. Sometimes negatively surprised, but most of the time, it turns out pretty good.
Most of the time it gets better.
It does. I think it does. I mean, maybe I'm absolutely full of bull, And my wife does accuse me of that occasionally, but it tends to ring true.
It's just so different from, in my opinion, than all the other Penelopes that we've had.
It's good.
I mean, it's immediate. Like as soon as you drink it, it's like it coats your mouth, and it's not super high proof.
What is the proof on? Let me see the bottle.
10. What did I say? 105.
Yeah.
I
It's
think it's
a
great.
10-year 105.
Very. I mean, just easy.
Oh yeah, but I mean that's what I would expect. I mean if Penelope's going to put something like an estate collection logo and branding and presentation to what this is, I mean I would expect this to be a step above, and this one kind of hits it out of the park for me as a good overall pour. A little pricey, I think, maybe at like 100 or was it 120, Joe?
I think it's 100.
100.
MSRP, yeah.
A little pricey at 100, but if you're willing to, give someone a fantastic gift for Christmas, that's the bottle to go to.
Are they making this is that a yearly release? Or?
Yeah, I think when we did the Penelope event, they mentioned that they're going to be, I think, even 11-year and maybe a 12-year. I think they were going to maybe step it up.
I've seen some this year that say 9. Is there some these that are 9 or 10?
Yeah. So there's a 9-year, 10-year, and then the other thing too is I don't know if you can see behind us up here, but we have a barrel strength Penelope that it's a 9-year. I don't know if it's a limited release. It's really good as well. I don't know if you guys have ever had a chance to see the black label, the black and gold. That's where it's at. So just kind of, something different. I think they're trying to kind of branch out a little bit and give us some different offerings and different choices for as a consumer. So I think it's worthwhile to take a chance every now and then and try something new. And so far, the estate collection's been a hit for me overall. I can't complain a bit.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
You guys got big plans for the weekend?
Mm-hmm. Yard sale, baby.
What are you selling, John?
Well, a lot of junk. You know what they say. One man's junk's another man's treasure.
That's what they say.
Yeah, so I'll end up selling my stuff and then go buy somebody else's.
That's usually how these usually end up. We're trying to sell stuff, and then I know it happens with you guys too because you guys have kids. You're trying to sell stuff, but then your kids keep bringing stuff. I bought this.
I found this.
I bought this at so-and-so's, and then we're like, what the hell?
Or they're like, I didn't buy it. They're like, they just gave it to me. And
I'm
like, I know. That's what I'm trying to do is give this stuff away.
That's right.
Yeah. And then my favorite part, though, is at the end of the garage sale, a truck just comes around, and everybody just tosses everything they were trying to sell into the truck, and they take it to the donation place.
Yeah. Goodwill loves that day.
They do. They're like, ooh, garage sale in the neighborhood.
Yeah. At 1 o'clock, they're going to get a
They do. When
truckload.
we pull up, there's like 5 guys out there ready to help. You're right.
Yep. Now looking forward to it. I mean, I need to clean out my garage and do a few things, kind of spring cleaning. A little late, but yeah, better late than never.
Is that a real thing? Spring cleaning? People do that?
Well,
I've never done that.
Not doctors, but
doctors have people who do it for them.
That's right. Us normal
There's
folk.
nobody that does it for me either. I've just never. People talk about the concept of spring cleaning, but I just didn't know if that's like a real yeah. Of course, everybody in the spring always gets rid of their stuff and does a deep. I try and keep it clean year round.
Exactly. I try to do the same thing. My garage is always full of cars, so I don't have room.
Cars and golf carts.
Yes, I don't have room to have a whole lot of junk.
Yeah, what is it? Cars, golf carts, and Porsches? Is that? I mean, it's like it's a weird combo. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you go over there and it's like, man, this ain't for everybody. You know what I mean?
Hey, man, I've been a car guy my whole life, literally my whole life. Like, people ask me, oh, so how do you just got into cars or something? No. Like, if my parents were around, they would tell you that when I was, like, in elementary school, you had the little, like, the notebooks, right? Mm-hmm. And I would buy car magazines and cut the cars that I liked out of it.
Awesome. And,
like, put it on make, like, a top and bottom of it. Mm-hmm. And for, like, each class, I had, like, certain brands. Like, one notebook was, like, Hondas. The other one was, like, Ferraris. The other was, like, that's how I knew what class it was.
Awesome.
So I've been in the cars for that long.
That's wild. Yeah.
I mean, Joe used to be big into that. I heard back in the day. What was it? What'd you have?
Ford Focus. What are you talking about, John? Now to be fair, the Ford Focus was back in like the Fast and the Furious days. Yeah. So when I bought it, I was really excited because it had already been like it had like the nice rims. It had a big like exhaust on it, and so it sounded great.
What did it sound like?
It was like,
Yeah,
it was.
Hey, what did you just do that again, Joe? give me that one more time.
So I had that, and I thought,
hey, Mike, he said, is that what?
So I had that one for lots of years that I didn't want to get rid of it. I don't like to get rid of my cars either. Yeah. As you guys have heard those stories.
Yeah. We've tried.
Where you're at a traffic light and you have to like kind of feather the gas just to keep it running. I've had that situation.
I've had that. We try to get Joe to fix his suspension in his car for like 2 years now.
There's nothing wrong with it though. It's just a little rough.
It bottoms out every time.
Yeah, when you go over like a speed bump, you're like.
Yeah, I mean, every time I sit in the passenger seat and I know there's going over a bump, I hold my legs up. Because I'm afraid.
Yeah. One time you asked me if there was a hole in my floor. I said no, the car just sits low.
It sits way low, almost on the asphalt.
I fall in love with my cars, I'm cool with them. Like I had that one. I took it in for some repairs and stuff and had a rental. And I didn't think the rental did it enough, even though it was 10 years newer, to like make me want to upgrade.
Mm-hmm. So you have you had one 10 years newer and it didn't.
No, I was like, oh,
damn.
I mean, it had a rear view camera, which mine doesn't have.
I mean, yours isn't that old.
It is. It's 10 years old.
No,
so 2014.
That's not that old for a car, dude.
I mean, it's the longest
10 years old.
I've ever had a car, but.
Do you think 10 years is long?
Yeah, John trades his in every 2 years. What are you talking
about? I can't afford that, dog.
Yeah, right.
John, I've only known you for like a year and a half, and you've gotten 2 cars in the time that I've known you.
No.
He has, though.
I know.
He has.
I know. Well, sometimes I gotta change it up. Situations change.
Gotta stay on the up.
I mean, I literally remember a time when you were like, on your old car, you're like, I got all new wheels and tire. I got all new tires on it, and I was like, oh great. And you're like, I was thinking about upgrading, but now I just put all that money into those tires. And literally the next week, you pull up in front of my house with a brand new car, and I was like, did you just pay for new tires? And you're like, yeah, but I went to the dealership, and
he did do that.
Well, you don't have to talk about my bad decisions here.
I mean, I don't think it's a bad decision. I love your car.
I think it's a great decision.
Yeah, I think I was really happy that you did that because it meant I didn't have to.
I'm surprised you didn't get the one with the massaging seats.
Well, that's because I wanted to, but they said the chip deal because they had to delete it because they didn't have the chip to make the massagers are in the seat. They don't. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I don't like those the air conditioning in the seat. I like the heated seats.
Yes.
I'm not a fan of that air conditioning.
Oh, I love the air conditioning, dude. You fart in the car when those things are ripping, dude. It's awesome.
No, I did not like that.
Especially with the girls.
That's a weird feeling.
Yeah. I don't know if I would say awesome. You know what I mean? When you're out there ripping them.
But it's not really an air conditioner. It's just it just cools down. It's not there's not a fan.
It's like it's kind of like a fan. I mean, in a way, it's like blowing.
I just feel like it. I don't know. I feel like it feels wet.
You know what's funny though for me, just because I am the way I am. Every time we ride in your car with the girls, our wives, and I usually sit in the front seat. Don't ask me why. Maybe because I'm super tall. I don't know. But every single time, I'll let one rip because I always have the fan going. But you know what the thing is? In a normal car, it takes about 5 minutes for everybody else to notice. Like, what the hell is that smell?
Man, these conversations are deep.
In John's car, when that thing is ripping, dude, it takes like 0.2 seconds, and the whole car is blown up.
That's right. It's like
it's awesome.
We have to open the sunroof.
We all about die. A slow, painful.
Well, now that I admitted my grossness in your car.
I mean, Mike, I think they figured...
At least I didn't crap. I didn't crap myself.
I think they.
I almost did that. We should tell that story.
I think they figured it out when they heard your ringtone.
It's awesome, though. We can tell that story if you want.
Well, I mean, I think that's an awesome segue into Havana because we went to.
What's that got to do with crapping your pants?
Because we went to the concert that night, and you was we would party in, and then all of a sudden we talk about burning socks.
John,
Yeah.
John, Ludacris has nothing to do with Havana.
Yeah.
Did you listen to the songs, John?
Yeah.
Those were in English.
Hey.
Thought he was listening to Louis Fonsi with Despacito.
No. Yeah, I remember Joe. He's like, throw them bows. Throw them bows.
He did do that. He did see Ludacris. I mean, do you guys want me to tell that story? I mean, I feel like
it's your story to tell, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, it's your experience. If you feel comfortable sharing with the audience.
I feel more than comfortable sharing that with
Just know this is going to be public for all the world to see.
Look, I feel more than confident because the 7 listeners that we have.
That's right. Yeah,
you guys keep saying that, and then one day we're going to open it up, and it's going to be 70,000 listeners, guys.
Look, then 70,000 people can hand me socks every time they see me.
That's right.
You know? So I guess I'll start the story when I'll start pouring this Havana.
This is a great bottle, in my opinion.
It's amazing. 93 proof. This is batch 1. This is the OG. From their Cooper series.
All right.
What does the Cooper series include?
I'm not 100% sure, if you want me to be honest with you.
Yeah, me either.
I think these corks are weird, too.
So.
Oh, you know what? Didn't they mention that in the...
Oh, that's his son.
Yes.
That's it. That was what I was thinking
that
of.
Was
yeah,
it.
it was his son Cooper.
Yep, now
Yes.
I remember.
Yeah, good call out. Yeah, so the Cooper series was named after his son, but I don't know what's included.
Was it his son or his dog?
Oh, yeah, it could have been.
See, I missed you guys up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're confusing me now.
That's what I do.
Again, please note we are the Whiskey Wisemen, but
we're not
that
wise.
wise. So
we actually have that disclaimer.
Yep.
It's the founder's son. See, I was right. Cooper.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
Yeah.
So we were at. I'm gonna try to make it.
Hang on, before you start, let me see if there's other ones included in this. The core series is. Wait, really?
Ooh. Man, that's so different, isn't it?
Cooper series. So this is straight bourbon whiskey
Oh,
finished
it's
in
all the
maple
ones that
syrup
we like.
and rum barrels, double cask finish.
It's so sweet.
Guys, it's literally the Rio, the Havana, the rosé cask finish, which I have but it didn't bring, and also is not very good, and the Takoji. I'm not sure how you say that. That was the one we could have bought half a bottle for $50 or something.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the Cooper series.
Just those 4?
Oh, and the Valencia. I never even seen that one. Is that new?
I've seen Valencia. No, I've seen Valencia. We don't have one.
I've seen it. Yeah.
Well, now we know what they are. So I actually am pretty close to having the whole thing because I bought those bottles at the tasting. So.
Yeah.
Dude, that straight up smells like pancakes to me. That's like a nice pancake syrup breakfast.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we should have put this one at the end because.
Well, we don't even know what this tastes like. I've never had this.
I think that's why John doesn't love Havana. You're not a fan of like real sweet ones. Yeah, and this one's pretty sweet.
I mean, the sweet ones I like them, but there's a point where it's like, man, this is just too sweet.
Because that's in rum.
I want to taste the oak. Yeah. I want to feel like I'm inside that barrel. You know.
But that was finished in rum, right? Rum casks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why it's sweet.
Maple syrup.
It's delicious.
Finished in maple syrup and rum barrels. Yeah.
I mean, it's good. I think it's a really good.
I mean, talk about a day sipper. This is easy, man.
Easy.
Let me see that bottle. Yeah, this is one of my favorites for sure. Not just of Penelope, but I just think this is a great.
I mean, it smells like they mixed this with maple syrup in there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for the audience, if you guys have an opportunity to pick up the Havana or the Rio, they're both good bottles. They're kind of hard to come by. In certain markets, they're going to be a little bit rare. Other markets, they're probably going to be sitting on the shelf, and you could be, the lucky winner of a great bottle.
We actually saw like an hour north here, right? Didn't we go to that one place they had Havana right on the shelf? It was just.
Oh, St. Augustine?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I think they had one.
Or maybe that's the one you bought.
That's not where. That's not where this one came from. I think the one in the house came from there. Yeah. I spilled some.
You spilled some? Is that what he's like?
I did.
I missed the joke over here.
I was shaking it. It
went off.
It went off on me.
You guys want me to clip that out? Just leave it in. Just leave it in. All right. It's always great when you make the other comedians laugh.
God, that's so sweet. Anyway, you ready for my story now, or should I tell or should I not tell? You think?
You seem really hesitant about it.
I'm
Mike.
ready.
I think every time I tell the story, people laugh.
I mean, it's a funny story.
Let me shift in my seat here as I sip on my.
It's definitely not one of those you had to be there. Whether you're there or not, it's still a funny story.
It was definitely funnier to be there.
I mean,
not for me though, because I feared for my butthole. So
I just was like, at that moment, I was just like, we are really good friends with Mike.
Yeah, so to set the stage here for this story, we were at SeaWorld when they were doing the, what was it called?
concert series.
The concert series.
And the food
festival or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And we all went to watch Ludacris. They had Ludacris was one of the big acts there. And so we went in. Man, it was packed. I mean, we were, elbows to assholes together, you know what I'm saying?
You just say
Like,
bows.
it was
We
were
throwing
bows together.
and
Man, we were literally, like, I had one arm around Joe like this.
we couldn't even throw bows because we were that close to each other.
Yeah, I mean, it was extremely packed.
It was just hold them both.
Yeah.
Just like this.
Yeah, so when the concert was over, we all were kind of ushered in a group, all right? Everybody was all, like, hugged up, and you're just pushing to get to the exit. Well, apparently Mike had to go to the bathroom. I mean, like, not just a little bit.
Well, to be fair, he said he had to go pee.
He did. I thought he was going to go pee, right? So when we get out to the parking lot is a madhouse. There is no direction. There's nobody working traffic. People are getting in fights.
I have never stood
cars.
still in a parking lot longer than I did that day.
Yeah, I think we were there for an hour and a half.
At least
At least
an hour and a half in the same spot.
Yeah. So I mean,
And people were all trying to go in different directions.
yeah. So just to set the tone here, we were only about, I don't know, we wasn't that far from the entrance to SeaWorld.
We were pretty close, yeah.
I mean, pretty close.
I mean, you could have walked it.
Okay, so I didn't know that the bathroom inside the park was still open.
At the entrance.
Are you going to get banned from SeaWorld for this story?
No. Why?
I don't know.
You really think somebody from SeaWorld is going to see this? Plus, I crapped in the woods. I didn't crap in the
You're ruining the punchline.
Yeah.
Sorry. So we're in the car, and I really had to go. You ever had one of those moments that you just like, I don't know if I'm going to make it. Like, I'm not going to make it, So I was in the car, and I was like, I think we can make it home probably. Maybe. No. So I, let one a little loose, and I'm like, that doesn't feel like air. So I get out of the car. I don't say anything. I just get out of the car, and I start booking it to the woods.
I think you actually said, "I'll see you guys at the exit."
That's not what I said. I may have been, a couple drinks in at this point. But anyway.
Well, we also didn't know how long it wasn't going to move.
Yeah, so I'm like, I got plenty of time. Yeah. So I book it to the woods. Come to find out, there is no woods. It's like a bush in the corner of a parking lot. And so I had to go so bad that I let it rip. I put my pants down, and I just, like a bear, just let it rip. And,
we don't need the video.
And I just
we trust you, Mike.
And then I was like, oh man, like what do I do now? There's no toilet paper in the woods, and I'm not gonna use a leaf. So so I took one of my socks off, and take care of business. And
he burned a sock.
I burnt a sock, and it was awesome. It worked. It was great. But then I always wear tall socks, and I get back to the car eventually. And I told the guys that I had to burn a sock, and they've never heard of that before.
Yeah, we never had to do that.
No, I never heard of that. I mean, the thing about it was, we didn't think anything of it. As we got closer to the exit, there was kids pointing, like, did you see that bear over there in the woods?
Well, there's two parts of this story, though, that Mike leaves out that I think are really the kickers for me. One of them is, if he had just taken the other sock off, there would have been no questions asked. Nobody would have even have noticed that you did it. So
I feel like you would have noticed.
You self-confessed.
Yeah.
And then the second part is where we were sitting when you got in the car and you closed the door. If you look just about 15 feet to your right, there's a restroom.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it was right there. Actually, the girls got
They
out.
got out while you were gone.
Yeah, and they went to the bathroom. Was like, Where did Mike go? The restrooms were
We
right
were
here.
literally like
They're
looking
right
for
here.
you. We're like, Mike got lost.
Yeah, I did not see that. I was stressed out, and I was trying.
I mean, that is a stressful situation.
Yeah, I was stressed
For sure.
out, and I was trying not to shit in John's car. So I was like, I got to do something.
Well, luckily it
and-
was the old car, so.
Yeah, but maybe that's why he traded it in. He's like, it smells like Mike farts in here.
Yeah, this thing's ruined. I hope I still get a trade-in value on this thing.
It's got great tires, though.
It's got brand new tires. But yeah, so it's one of those things, man. Like it happens, and then that's the only positive about that whole story, other than my embarrassment. The only positive about it was that. What was that? The only positive about it was that I was introduced for the first time ever. I'm 42 years old, about to be 43 next week. I was introduced to Tums.
Oh yeah, Tums.
This actually changed Mike's life.
It did. It changed since then. It's been awesome.
Mike has no stomach acid anymore. He
Not
just has
the
calcium
dude.
carbonate.
Right.
it's just a buildup of calcium carbonate in his stomach.
Listen, that stuff works so good. I mean, a little tummy ache, a little diarrhea, just boom, just pop one of those, man. Brand new. Let me tell you, brand new. Gets rid of everything.
It is interesting when you started telling me how well it was working, because I would take it very infrequently, like only when I knew for sure that I had reflux or whatever. And then you started saying that, and so like anytime I felt any kind of gastric distress, I just would take one. And you were right. I was like, oh wow, that actually really does kind of help a little bit. So I also benefited.
It's a miracle. It's a miracle.
It's a great medicine.
Listen, John and his wife, they have those Tums on
Always,
deck.
they do.
Tummy ache, boop, they fling you one of those like Skittles, man.
That's right.
And they taste good. The ones you guys have are
They
awesome.
do. Yeah, the chewy ones. Woo.
Yeah, the fruity chewy ones.
Yeah, shout out to Tums. You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
Listen, I'll sponsor that for free. I'll put it right here because that works.
It does. It's awesome. Awesome.
Bourbon.
And hopefully nobody takes us too seriously because
Actually, if you take us seriously, I want to have you on the cast. I think that would be fun to.
Yeah, because I feel like we can.
I really do. We should start getting some guests on here.
Break you.
No. I think it would be cool. And Mike, I know you've already talked to some folks that are in the whiskey community, like store owners and stuff like that. But
yeah,
I think it'd be fun also just talk with people. I think you'll listen to this too, like with interesting jobs, people with interesting perspectives, right? Even perspectives I disagree with. I just love learning why someone
even somebody who hates whiskey.
Yeah, someone who says whiskey rum is way better than whiskey, right? We welcome you on the cast, and we'd love to have that conversation. So because I think that's how we are. We talk to each other, and we don't agree on everything, but we can just have that conversation, and we hope we're unassuming enough that folks would be interested in having that dialogue. So it's cool to learn from other people.
Yeah, 100%.
Dude, this is so sweet. I would almost eat breakfast with this.
It is.
This is crazy.
I was actually thinking. So I don't know if you guys have this experience, but I think some whiskeys, when I think about just going about my day-to-day life and the times that I spend with friends and things that I'm doing, like for me, sitting on a back porch on a fire in the winter, like a midwinter night's drum, is like a perfect counterpiece to that, right? And with this one, when I think about it, I'm like, this is like a great summer pool, drink. I just feel like it has that tone to it. But
yeah, I mean, I think it's funny that you kind of associate different bottles with different times of the year and different experiences and things like that. A lot of people, bourbon sometimes it isn't a summer drink. They'll turn over to seltzers or beer or whatever the case may be during the summertime. But I mean, there is something to say about some quality bourbon that is still, on ice is a great pour even in the summer. Even in the heat and things like that. It's it's very versatile.
Yeah.
You ready for this Project X?
Do we know anything about this one?
We know. John talked a little bit about it earlier. But I can read you the label. So this says Special Barrel Project X, straight bourbon whiskey finished in Oloroso sherry cask, barrel number, blah, 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 108 proof. Finishing cask origin, Jerez, Spain.
Interesting.
And then selected by the Rare Stave, which we assumed is either a store or some kind of group or whatever.
Well, I'm glad that you told us where that was from, because if I had to pronounce that, whoo, Lord.
For those who don't know, Mike does speak Spanish.
Jerez, Spain.
The Rare Stave is what it's called?
What?
It's called the Rare Stave?
The Rare Stave, yeah.
I mean, that's a cool name.
And on the back, it's pretty cool. The back says, Project X is about pushing boundaries, taking risks, and putting innovation above all else. It's kind of cool. Black bottle. I'll give you my opinion on black bottles. The only thing that sucks about black bottles is that you can't see where it's at. And I feel like that sucks. It's like that Willet 8-year.
Yeah.
We've cracked it open a few times, and I have no idea how much is left. Let's see if we can get this pop.
Oh,
nice.
That's a good one.
That sounds like a...
All right, now you got to pour it in there, too.
Yeah, class of...
This is my other favorite.
Was that a bottle of wine?
Ooh. That's... All right. That's classic.
Wow. That was a heavy pour, Mike. Do mine about half that.
I'm pretty excited about this one. Probably because
it's the last one, man.
Well, also because I've had the others.
Oh, man.
Dude, no.
Did you smell it?
No.
No. I'm
No.
with John on this one.
Did you smell it?
There's nothing there.
Honestly,
No, there's a lot there. It's just not what I want there.
I
don't
know.
think there's anything.
I'm telling you, there's a tickle a dickle in this thing.
No. No.
It's not a.
Come on.
John says that because I bought a Dickel one time. What was it, 15-year?
I don't know.
But hey,
that's pretty.
Am I off base here when I said there's a tickle dickle in that nose?
No, I don't smell it at all. But smell it again because I think as the air hits it, it gets better.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, yeah. Hang on. I may have prematurely. Hang on. Let's give it a second. I'll tell you, the first on the nose at first, it smelled like dog crap. Like at first, it doesn't smell quite that bad now.
Man, I must have a different sniffer than you guys.
What does it smell like to you?
I smell. Hang on.
Flowers and potpourri.
I smell like... No, he smells...
No, there's like black licorice.
He smells
and-
poopery, not potpourri.
I think it smells awesome.
You think it smells awesome for real, Jim?
Yes.
It smells a little bit better.
And it does
to
not
me
smell like Dickel at all.
now. It smells a little bit better to me now.
Okay, maybe it just needs to air out. Maybe I was too harsh on it at first.
A little bit. It smells a little bit better. And by a little bit, I mean like 10%.
And I will say...
What's the initial shock? It's like, what the...
What is the age statement on this?
Huh?
I don't think there is one. It said at least 4 years old.
Like that one bottle. What
What was that bottle that said 4? It said 4 years, 1 day or something?
No, it said
at least 1 day.
Aged at least 1 day.
Yeah,
that's what it
that's
said.
that. What's that? Creek water.
Creek water, yeah. Creek water.
Listen, you want to mess with some people? Get them creek water.
That was a partnership with who?
I think it's MGK.
I feel like it was...
Oh no, the other guy.
Was it the Wolf guy? Was it?
Yeah, Yellow Wolf.
Yellow Wolf.
Yellow Wolf. That's what it was.
Yeah.
You were like, y'all know the rapper Yellow Wolf?
Yellow Wolf, yeah.
We turned the bottle over. I'm like, it says aged at least 1 day.
Yeah, and it tastes like it was aged in a butthole.
Well, you said it tastes like a moonshine.
No, waste of $100.
I don't know if I can drink that.
Really? Is it worse than Eagle Rare?
Honestly, if I put Eagle Rare up against this, Eagle Rare wins a gold medal.
Wow,
That's crazy. I was expecting this to be awesome, like just awesome.
I will say the taste is not there, but the mouthfeel is there. You don't think so?
It feels okay.
Like I feel like I can feel it over my entire tongue, but the taste, the flavor profile feels a little blunted to me.
You know what it is?
That description sounds familiar. You know.
Well, what I will also say is, if you are a regular, fan of the podcast, you'll also know that I got none of the 5 ryes correct, so I'm not the best person.
Yeah. I only got 3 out of 5. So, but I'll tell you what though. For me, I agree with you. It coats the mouth. It's viscous. the finish is kind of.
And it doesn't linger at all.
It goes away.
Dissipates right away.
Yeah, it's done. So it's not horrendous. I've had worse. I've had way worse.
Dickle's worse.
Way worse.
Oh, I've had way worse too.
You think this is a Dickle?
I don't want to be hard on Penelope on this deal, but
Well, you just complimented 4 of the 5 bottles.
well, they definitely when Mike read the back of the bottle, so they're pushing boundaries, taking risks. I feel like this is definitely a risk. I also feel like this is one of those. Unfortunately, you chalk it up as a swing and a miss, and it's not that it's bad. It's just that it's.
It could also be this one, John.
Maybe. Well, there is supposed to be 4 different finishes.
But these are also picks, theoretically,
yes.
right?
Yeah,
I mean,
theoretically.
is this a bottle I want? No.
Yeah, no. Now when you compare it with these.
No.
I mean,
I would say this is the first bottle of Penelope that I have kind of been like, no, I'm good.
The,
I don't know if I've ever had
the rosé.
I mean,
he liked the rosé.
It's sweet, but the rosé was sweet and I don't like wine, but it had that sweet finish, and so that's why you don't like it.
Yeah, it was definitely too much for me. If you're into the sweet bourbon and sweet kisses,
you shouldn't be into it. That's what John would say. Don't be into bourbon.
Yeah, you should probably be into like
rum.
Flavored rum.
Which I like rum. I do like rum.
But I like rum too. Pina coladas.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
Yeah. Rum runners. Or whatever those
Sex
are
on the beaches.
Yeah. Or kiss on the lips.
The Bushwhacker. I had that in one of the islands. You never had that? That's a chocolate.
What is that,
it's a chocolate
Joe?
Pina colada.
What? A chocolate pina colada?
It's kind of like a chocolate pina colada. It's from
that sounds
Saint.
disgusting.
It's from St. Thomas, the island right next to Puerto Rico.
It's good?
It was good though. It was delicious.
Chocolate.
It had
pina
Kahlua.
colada?
It had I don't remember all the details.
It's like diarrhea in a glass.
No, it's delicious. It was real good. You don't like espresso martinis?
No. God no.
All right. I mean,
not for me, bro.
Okay.
I don't drink coffee, and my chocolate, I want to eat it. I don't want to drink it.
All right. Well, I guess I'm alone here. You guys also don't like the beers I show you either, so.
I mean, I like some beers. I just don't like IPAs.
I know. That's
we'll
my thing.
We'll talk about that at some point.
Yeah, we should do a beer episode.
On your birthday?
I'm happy to lead that one.
You
When
can't
when I open the
can't do
Sam Adams Utopia.
You can't finish it.
I don't like it at all.
This is the first time on this podcast that John cannot finish a pour. For real? You can't even finish it? You can't just chug it, shoot it like you're 1996?
I could probably chug it and I end up throwing up in the floor. Lord have mercy.
What's wrong, John?
I can't do it, guys. I mean, I'll be honest with you. It's like,
Do we need the bucket?
You can't finish it, dude? It's that bad? You can't finish it?
I can't finish it. And normally, I don't even want to pick it back up.
Is this really happening? We need the bucket.
For the first time ever.
For the first time. We honestly did this as like, oh, I don't know if we're ever going to need this. We're never going to try anything that bad. We need the bucket, John?
We need the bucket.
Oh, man.
We need the bucket.
Get the bucket, Mike.
So the bucket is out now, and we have the orange for caution. Do not drink.
Oh, this is just John's opinion.
Yeah, it's going in the bucket.
Oh! Sorry, Penelope. But you know what? We like these ones here. I'll finish mine, but this one was too much for Johnny boy.
Should
Johnny
we leave
D.
this here for right now? No.
Nah, we can take it down.
That's a huge bucket.
Yeah, John. He doesn't want that near him at this point,
Yeah.
right, John?
Actually, in that bucket, it kind of smells like throw up.
I know. That's why when I hit the nose, I was like, "Ooh, lordy day."
I mean, it did open
not
up
that
a little
bad.
bit. It's not like the first whiff. Yes,
Again,
it tasted horrendous.
I could drink it, but I wouldn't buy that bottle.
No.
Yeah, you guys are tough though.
This bottle came all the way from California, from a friend of ours in California. I guess it came out there. We've heard about this at the event that we were just talking about.
We were like,
and the guy was like, "Oh, that's not coming out for a while."
Yeah.
And then I saw it. My friend texted me, and he's like, "You want this?" And I was like, "What?" Literally, like the next day.
Yeah.
So I said, "Sure," and here we are.
I mean, I hate it because Penelope as a group here. I mean, you can see what we have here plus what we have above us. All of them has been pretty good. This is the only one that I've been like, ugh. I mean, we've had a couple bottles that have been bucket pours, but this one kind of just wasn't for me.
Yeah, you're never gonna see a Dickel episode from us. Sorry.
Yeah, you'll never. I mean,
unless we were planning on filling a bucket.
Yeah, I mean, listen, maybe there is some good Dickel out there, you know? I mean,
Hey, and maybe someone knows what that is and they could bring it on the cast. So we can be like,
maybe like an amazing Dickel pick. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, because it is wild. Like sometimes you go to like Total Wine and stuff, and you look inside those cases where they keep all the good stuff, and they'll have like a Dickel in there, and you're like,
well, I mean, every time I go to Total Wine, there's probably 25 Dickels in that case.
yeah, no one buys them.
Yeah, because nobody's buying them. Like, I'm just saying, like, I don't hate on Dickel. I'm just saying that when I drink Dickel, I don't like it.
If you're a George Dickel fan, we want to hear from you.
Yeah, we want to hear from you because tell us what you like about it and tell us why. What you do for a living.
Oh boy.
What you do for a living? Well, are we done for this one, boys?
I think that's a good assignment, as Johnny D would say.
Yeah, I think it's a great episode of Penelope here, guys. I think
we had to bust the bucket out.
Yeah, I mean, first, what was it? The first bucket pour of the Whiskey Wisemen.
We couldn't even make it to episode 3.
And we couldn't even make it to
episode 4. Sorry.
3, 4.
This is episode 3.
What is this? 5?
This is 3.
It's just that one, though.
That's okay.
Just do the thing again.
Yeah. So, in closing, thanks, everybody. Please like, comment, subscribe. We've got, this one was Penelope. Penelope. Thanks, guys, for setting in on another one. And, stay with us for next time. We'll have something, hopefully a little bit different. And we'll go from there.
Hopefully we'll be a bit wiser.
Yeah.
That's right.
Like, subscribe.
Comment. Love to hear from you.
Cheers,
Cheers.
guys.
Cheers. Have a good night, guys.
Thanks. It still smells bad.